Hey guys, it's Coach Emily from Bold and Badass Fitness, and I'm doing a live video today at 6:52 in the morning. This is not that early for me, but I realize there are not likely to be a lot of people watching this live at 6:52, but that's okay, because I wanted to talk to you guys today about early rising, one of my most treasured practices, and I figured what better time to make that video than at an early hour of the morning. So. First, I'll tell you a little bit about my routine and what I do to make it really easy to get up in the morning, sort of in the practical, actual technique kind of way, and then we'll talk about the mindset that accompanies that. So, for starters, as many of you probably know, I get up at a heinously early hour. I get up at 3:45 in the morning because I work at 5:30 in the morning, so it makes sense for me to get up early. First thing I do when I wake up is I start making coffee. So I put the water on to boil, and then I do my other tasks while that's going, and it kind of saves me a little time because that's starting while I'm doing other stuff. I put together my schedule in a way that a lot of things are done beforehand. So as you've seen from other videos, I batch cook every week, so I have my breakfast and lunch prepared and ready to go. Sometimes I'll prep the breakfast kind of morning of, and that's fine too because I usually eat breakfast part of it at home and part of it at work, so I get to space out a few meals throughout the day. Boil the water, start getting other stuff ready like food, and then while the coffee is brewing, I use an AeroPress so I can make 1 cup of coffee at a time, which is one of my secrets to not becoming wildly addicted to caffeine, is that I have to make each cup one at a time. I make my cup of coffee, I start my breakfast. Once my coffee's made, I like to meditate. Usually I meditate with the coffee so that I can have a little bit before I start, and then it kind of cools off as I'm meditating, and when I'm done, the coffee is the perfect temperature to drink. I meditate for 20 minutes every morning. I use a meditation app called Headspace, which I really like, and I really, really, really look forward to that meditation time. So that's one of those things that makes it easy for me to get up, is I'm actually excited to go back to sitting and just having my time in my head in the morning. So I do that. After that's done, I've meditated, I've had my coffee, I put my lunch into my backpack and get everything together that I need for the day. Usually during that time, I'll also listen to or watch some motivational videos, just kind of have them on in the background. I like to hear guys like Les Brown and Zig Ziglar and Eric Thomas talk. I especially like it first thing in the morning because it just kind of sets a positive note for my day, and obviously that really is how I like to run my ship. So just having those things in order, and I do the same thing every day, right? So I do that stuff. I have my supplements measured out. Some of them I'll measure out day of. So I'll have little containers with like my protein and my creatine and stuff like that. I'll do another video on supplements some other time, but I have those set. Clothes are laid out the night beforehand. Obviously, everything I wear is gym clothes, so that makes it really easy. There's not a lot of matching and stuff for that. And at that point, I'm pretty much ready to go and get out the door. Now, let's take a step back and talk about what makes it possible to actually open my eyes and jump out of bed in the morning. And I think that this is not that dissimilar from many other things that are an act of willpower in a sense. When we talk about nutrition, people often talk about whether or not they have enough willpower to accomplish a certain task. When we talk about getting up early, a lot of people I interact with, be these clients or friends or just people I've known, will say that it's just not possible for them to get up early, that they try and they fall back asleep, or they oversleep their alarms and never get up at all, or that they feel like death when they wake up that early in the morning. And I think that those are all really common things. I feel like that too sometimes. Some mornings I get up and I'm just not ready to open my eyes. But like the rest of you, because I have to go to work and because I want to go to work, I do anyways, you know. So I think the first step, the first mindset trick in getting yourself up and ready for your workout in the morning is in treating it like something that cannot be rescheduled, is in treating it like something that's as important to you as going to work. Like, I am going to get this done today. This is a thing that I do for me. This is a thing that I do because it's not a choice. I just do it, whether or not I feel good. And I take this mindset from Dan John. I've been mentioning him a lot lately because I've been reading his books. Dan John says, when talking about nutrition, that the secret to nutrition is eating like an adult. And I think that the secret to getting up early is acting like an adult. Is like, sometimes in life we do things we don't want to do. So the first thing is you get up, you're like, oh, I feel like crap. I guess I'll do whatever I have to do anyways. The other mindset I wanted to mention around this is that I think that past behavior plays a lot into present behavior, and our past experiences will really color our beliefs about what we can do in the future. An interesting story on this that I really like and I tell all the time is the story of the elephant rope. So there's a man passing through a zoo, and he's looking at all these animals, and he passes an elephant, this giant full-grown elephant that's tied by a single thin rope. And it's clear that the animal, is not in a cage, can't go anywhere, just tied up by this one rope. And the man pulls aside the zookeeper and he says, how is it possible that this giant magnificent animal is held by such a small device? And the zookeeper says, we take the we take the elephants from the time they're young, and we tie them up with that exact same size rope. And when they're that age, when they're small enough, it actually is enough to hold them. And as they grow up, they're conditioned to believe that that rope is enough. So even when they're larger, they're still held by this rope that they could obviously break because they believe that they can't break it. And I think that mindset, that elephant rope mindset, is something that binds a lot of us when it comes to things like waking up early, where people will say, I've never been able to do it before, that's just not in me, maybe that's just not who I am. And I don't believe that there's a static who we are. I think that who you are can change. And so when embarking on a new task, it's important to remember that even if you failed in the past, that doesn't mean that you're a person who's going to fail in the future, right? The only route of action that can possibly cause you to never be good at something is stopping trying. And so when it comes to getting up early, if you have somewhere to be, if you have a real reason to be there, if you can get yourself ready and do, all the little tasks and all the little chores necessary to make it on time, making your coffee and stuff like that, I think that if you can set yourself up in those ways, the only thing left is convincing yourself that you can do it, right? Is voting for yourself, is assuming the best of yourself. And so I think if you kind of combine those mindsets and that preparation, that you can really get there. Now, I want you guys to try this out. Get up, maybe set your alarm for whatever your new wake time is for a week, whatever you're trying to achieve. And it might just be like you have nothing new to do in the morning, but you want to get to work 10 minutes earlier, something like that. Try setting your alarm back, and when the alarm goes off, and you wake up and maybe you feel nauseous and you feel so tired, you're like, I have to sleep more. Just remember, 20 minutes more sleep is not actually going to change your day if you get it, but not waking up 20 minutes earlier is going to change your day, right? Does that make sense? In any case, I want you to try this, just getting up when you have to get up and seeing how you feel, because I think oftentimes that awful feeling of I have to go back to bed goes away if you stay awake. So take it from a person who gets up before 4 a.m. that it is possible to change. I didn't always do that. It is possible to even make that a desirable way to start your day. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. As always, leave me some comments if you have particular things that you want to see a video on, maybe even a video recorded at a regular time of day. Leave me some comments. As always, check back because I'll have more updates coming soon. Thanks, guys, and have a kick-ass day.